For our project today, you're going to need some book pages, some gesso. Now, if you don't have any gesso, you could substitute some inexpensive white paint, some small little pieces of ephemera, and if you don't have any digitals, you can always use a magazine picture, but you'll need to back it on some cardstock. Some type of material that you can use for a closure. Taking all of these items, we can turn them into this. A book page flip book. Won't you join me? Let's start with our book pages first. So I'm going to be using 2. I'm going to place these together and I'm just going to trim this rough edge off. With my glue stick, I'm going to apply glue to my book page. And then I'm going to use my wet glue and I'm going to go around the edge. I don't know if you can hear, but Judgy is snoring. Oh my goodness, he's sacked out. This book page is right side up. I'm going to take this book page, I'm going to turn it upside down. And then I'm going to glue the 2 together. Now I'm going to need to use a little bit of gesso. I have a little palette brush that I really like. And I'm just going to apply my gesso here and there. Now, if you don't have gesso, you can use some inexpensive white paint, as I showed you in the introduction. Spreading it out thinly, and then I want to turn it over, and I'm going to apply some gesso on the opposite side. I have quite a few book pages that I have prepared. So this could be a great mass make. Super easy and a lot of fun. You can also take your pieces, if you like to sew on your paper, and sew around the edge. I'll sew 2 of them and then I'll leave 2 of them unsewn so you can see the difference between the 2. So my book pages are not all the same width or length. They did come out of the same book. My point is that you can use any size book page that you want. So these 2 have been sewn and these 2 have not. All right, so now let's construct this. What I'd like to do is take my book page and fold it up approximately, I don't even know if you really need to measure, but let's see here. Someone is going to want to know. Let's say approximately 3 inches. And then we're going to fold this flap over 2.5, 2 3/4, something like that. Now, if you find that any of your pages are not evened up, you can go ahead and trim them so that they all are even. This is right side up, and you open it up, and the inside is right side up. And that's why we put one page right side up and the second page upside down, because now our book page are correct right side up, inside and outside. I'm looking here and it looks like, oh, it's not off that much. It's just off a little bit. I just thought it was crooked. So let's go ahead and let's fold them all. I have all 4 pieces folded. Now you know I'm going to want to ink this up. I'll be using my gathered twigs. So I am going to ink up a little bit of that spun sugar on top of my book page. I just think it's so pretty. It gives it another element And because I have some ephemera that has pink that I will be using, I also have a blue and I have some green. I think I might go ahead and use my blue and my green too. My blue is Tumble Glass and my green is Shabby Shutters. All right, so I have a blue, I have a pink, highlighted is what I'm speaking of. Here's the green, and then here is just the white and the book page. Let's bring in our little accent pieces. I have a blue one here somewhere. Here it is. That will be with this one. Here's the white page, the book page and the white. Oh, that would be pretty with it. Here is the green. I have a couple of green ones. I think that's a great color. No, I really like that one. And then here's the pink. That's beautiful with it. All right, so the next thing that we'll want to do is we're going to need some paper for our flip book. Let me move this out of the way. And I've coffee dyed my lined book page. This one kind of bled and kind of lost its lines, but sometimes that's really pretty and it kind of looks a little green, so I think I'll put this one with the green one. And I've folded it in half the long way and then in half again. And I am going to trim off both sides and I'll leave the top folded. So I'm really basically cutting off this side right here, leaving this intact. I can do this with my small guillotine. Before I do that, I said the green one, didn't I? Let me grab the green one here. Is it wide enough? Yeah, it's definitely wide enough. That'll be fine. So I will go ahead and I'll cut that folded edge off. Now we have this one. We've got the pages for that one. Let's take this one first. That's the pink one that we sewed around the edge. And this is going to be our closure mechanism. This is approximately 1 3/4 by 2.5 inches is the size of this one. I think I've got some different sizes, but I'm going to mark the halfway point on the top and on the bottom. And I'm going to use my hole punch here. I'm going to use my smaller hole punch. So I'm going to punch a hole where I've made my mark. And then with my book page, I want to round the corners of the bottom. This is the folded part. Let's staple this together. So this is where it's folded, like this. We're just going to put a couple staples up here. This is my Tim Holtz small stapler. This is the top of our little booklet that we're making, or envelope. It's kind of like a fold-out envelope. And I have my art glitter glue. I'm going to add my glue to the back here. And let's place it right in here, but not too close to the fold. I have some washi tape here, and I'm going to use it to cover up my staples. But my washi's very old, so I'm going to use a little bit of my wet glue here. And I just want the washi on the paper, not so much all the way across. And then I'm going to fold this up. So you're folding your paper up too. Okay, so now your book The little booklet is inside your little faux envelope. And now for our closure. You can either use Sari Silk. I think this would be really pretty with it. Or you could use baker's twine. That will work too. I'm going to use my awl to get it stuck in the hole, hopefully. I'm going to need to stick this in through the hole. You want your closure, whether it's Sari Silk or baker's twine or ribbon, to be on the back like this. We'll want to place this in the center of where our book page is, like this. Now, when we glue it down, don't put your glue all the way down here because you've got your flap. So you're just going to glue this portion right here. I'm going to hold my envelope down with my book weight. Can you hear Judgy snoring? And I've got my Surebonder high temp glue gun. And just press it down. Make sure that you didn't accidentally glue it down. And then pull this around. And you could give it a tie. Judgy is really snoring. He's tired. I have a dish with very small butterflies that I added a flat back pearl to the center. And I wanted to pop that on just like that. I really love how these have turned out. Using your book pages, you can sew around the edge, or maybe you don't have a machine. It's just as beautiful without. You could use little pictures, whether they're digitals or maybe even pictures from a magazine. A little bit of butterfly and a flat back pearl, and something to tie it all together. I use Sari Silk from Crimson Heart Studios. I'm not sure which one I like better. Here's the pink one. Here's the blue one. Here's that green one. And here's the white one. I'm thinking I like the blue one the best. It comes in pretty close to this white one. Which one's your favorite? If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.